We are live. Good morning, private practice success community. Gerda Mala here, clinical psychologist and private practice owner, just like yourself. And I'm, of course, also a business coach and mentor to allied health professionals. And welcome to my deck here on this very, very fabulous Saturday morning. Now, as I wait for a couple of you to hop on and join me live, because that just makes it so much more fun and so much more engaging, what I'm going to do is just share this live stream from my Facebook page and into my Facebook group, because I do not want my members in there to miss out. And we all know how it works, right? Sometimes Facebook just doesn't work with us, and I do have a bit of a slow internet connection. Hey Kim, how are you going? How's things in Melbourne today? As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Agnes Water, where I am at. Let me just pop that in here. There we go. Private practice success for allied health professionals. Join me live. There we go, sharing in there. As you're hopping on, please say hi and hello. Let me know that you are here. And let's also share it in my other group, because I think the guys in the Starting a Successful Private Practice group will also benefit from this one, because you actually don't have to have a private practice to do this, right? Any mental health or allied health clinician can actually run an online program, and that of course is what I want to talk to you guys about today. So how has your Saturday morning been thus far? I have spent it, wait for it, because this is not what I normally do on a Saturday morning, but I have just baked chocolate muffins. Yes, chocolate muffins, because in just over 30 minutes at 10 a.m., hey Winnie, I will be hopping onto a Zoom. I'm not really sure what to call it, right? And I had to bake these chocolate muffins for it, because it's not a baby shower, because baby showers normally happens before a baby is born, and it's more like, and it's not a baby, well, it's not a gender reveal, it's like a baby reveal, where the baby was had, and because of social distancing and all this stuff, we can't get together in person. So we're going to get together online, and we need to have cupcakes. It's why I actually have makeup on, although it might not look like it, because I go for the natural look most of the times, because I can't really do proper makeup. But that's why I've got a proper shirt on and not just a t-shirt, because we are doing like a baby reveal, and it's actually with my fabulous 2018 Inner Circle members, because one of them had the most gorgeous little baby, Haydenese. So I'm so looking forward to that. So I've made muffins already, I've got my makeup on, and I thought, okay, well, I'm looking pretty good for a Saturday morning, so I'm going to hop on and use this time to speak to my private practice success community. I'm going to do it from the deck. I've closed the deck doors, so hopefully the kids won't be too noisy. So if you hear any background noise, that's probably what it is. Or alternatively, if the noise comes from this side, it's going to be the wildlife. All right, so let's talk about choosing a topic for your online program, because I have spoken to so many practice owners and clinicians as well. As I said, you don't have to be a practice owner to run an online group or an online program, right? But so many mental health professionals and allied health professionals that have told me, I've thought about running an online group, but it's very overwhelming. First and foremost, thinking about the tech side of things, which, you know what, guys, if you do it the easy way, it's not that overwhelming. But the biggest stumbling block for most people is, I don't know what I need to do it on, right? So a lot of people think they judge themselves as not good enough, or I don't have enough experience yet, or maybe I need to do 10 more clinical workshops before I can actually run a group on one specific topic, right? So a lot of times, because we are such high achievers, because we are very academic, hey Martha, how are you? Because if you think about it, right, you need to do so many years at university, and you almost find yourself consistently on this academia ladder, this ladder of, I hear what you're saying, Kim, this ladder of doing more CPD, because obviously part of our registration requirements is to have a set number of CPD hours per year. Last I checked, it was something like 30 hours, right? So it's inbred in us in order to always be learning more stuff, which is a good thing. Because otherwise we stagnate. We are always learning, right? But it's about not allowing that to hold you back from taking an action step and actually putting a program together. You know, I have been in a lot of online groups and networks, and there's a lot of everyday people running online groups and programs that doesn't even have half the skills that you guys have. So I almost feel like it's our responsibility as allied health professionals and mental health professionals to go, you know what? I can also run a group on self-esteem and confidence. I can also run a group on, you know, dealing with your anxiety. And I can probably do an amazing job of it. I just need to allow myself to do it. Hey, Michelle, how are you? So just coming back, Kim says that she doesn't have any topic problems, which is fabulous. And for her, her biggest thing is getting people interested. And I might do another live stream during the week on that specific topic, right? Because there is a lot of things that goes into doing it. The most important thing is that you need to get started, right? And for most people, that is about finding a topic. Hey Naomi, hey Patricia, so awesome to have you guys here. So you guys might know, of course, that I also run a lot of online programs, right? So obviously what I do within the private practice success space is not clinical programs. Okay, it's more business related stuff. It might be on marketing. I mean, I currently am going to run a group on running online programs, right? And a lot of people ask me, how do I come up with what my next program is going to be on, right? And there's really two things that I look at, for example, for myself when I choose whatever my next program is going to be. So first and foremost, I listen to my people, right? So who's my people? That's you guys. That's why I love having a closed Facebook group where we can have discussions, because I might not comment on each and every post. I might not like each and every post. I might not like each and every comment that people place on posts. But guess what? I read 95% of posts in my free Facebook group, which is a lot of reading because we have now reached the 2,000 person mark in that Facebook page, right? But in my downtime, I love reading that. That to me is relaxation, reading what my people is saying, because I'm truly interested in what people are struggling with, what their biggest challenges are, what their dreams are, what it is that they want to achieve, what is the stuff that keeps them up at night. And I listen to all that chatter that happens in the group, and then I ask myself, what is going to be of most value to my community right this minute, right? Hey, Alison, welcome. What is going to be of most help to them? Because my vision and my mission is to help more people in better ways. I'm sure you would have heard me say that often, right? I want to help more people in better ways. It's why I started my practice. It's why I went from a solo practitioner, because do you know that my intention was to be a solo practitioner for forever. I had no intention of starting a group private practice until I had like this huge wait list and that vision that I have. How can I help more people in better ways? Well, a better way was to build a team so that I could help more people, right? And this is how it all snowballed for me, basically. So that is my driver consistently, is always that. So that's why I listen to what my people are saying, right? And then I go, okay, I want to help. So what's going to be of most help to them right now? What do I think, given my experience as first and foremost, a helping professional. Secondly, as a group private practice owner. Thirdly, as a business coach and mentor. Based on all that experience and knowledge, what do I think is the solution to what is currently happening for my community? And then I go, okay, this is it, right? This is it. But then, very importantly, I ask myself, how excited am I to talk on this topic, right? How excited am I to talk on this? How excited will I be to, first and foremost, promote this program, right? And that comes back into Kim's comment that, you know, Kim said she's okay with the topic, but she's struggling to get people interested in it. And there's a whole science behind the marketing and the sales part of launching an online program, right? And let's face it, your first go might not be successful. Like most things in life, it's skills that we need to learn, right? But I ask myself, how excited do I feel about pitching up every day and doing a live stream on the topic, right? Because my current program is how to run online programs. Am I excited to get up on a Saturday morning and talk to my people about it? How excited will I be to write posts about it? Because unless I'm willing to market it, people aren't going to do it. And if people don't enroll, if people don't take part, guess what? Then I'm not achieving my vision and my mission of helping more people in better ways, right? You need to connect those dots. But I need to make sure that I'm going to have the energetic motivation behind the topic. So the other question that I ask myself when I'm doing a bit of thinking and reflection about it, and maybe you into journaling, so you might want to do that, is I ask myself, if I did not get paid to do this program, if nobody paid me to do it and I had to do it 100% for free, would I do it? Do I love this topic that much that I would do it for free? And if the answer is yes, then it's like, then of course it needs to happen, right? Because if that is how much I believe in it, if that is how much I believe in the importance of it, that people need it, and that I need to spread this message, if I believe it that strongly, then of course I need to pursue this specific topic, right? Because the fact of the matter is, you cannot just put one post out there on social media, or even 2, or even 3, and expect to have lots of people sign up for your online programs. Now, that is whether you run a therapeutic program, a psych-educational program, maybe you want to put something together and sell it as a self-study program, or maybe you want to do something for number 4 that is more to like I do business related stuff, maybe more non-clinical stuff that the general public can participate in, right? You can't just do 1 or 2 marketing activities. There has to be a consistent process of messaging, of letting people know. And I'm going to use the word selling to people through your messaging, by letting people know what you are doing and why it is important for them to have it, what results that they're going to get from it, right? And it's only when you truly believe in your topic that you're going to have the motivation and the energy, that the energetic drive to keep talking about it, right? Where you're going to go, you know what, people might not enroll on day 1. That's okay. That's not a failure. It just means I need to talk more about it, because I 100% believe that people need this. I 100% believe that this is going to help them in their practice, in their business, in their vision and their mission for their life, because you are probably in this business to help people as well, right? So there most certainly is an alignment between my vision and your vision, and I think for a lot of us in terms of what it is that we're doing. Hey Chris, how are you? Hey Olivia. Hey, did I say hello to you, Alison? Thanks for hopping on and joining me. And that really is it, guys. I'm just looking on my laptop. Patricia says, do you think sometimes people get overwhelmed with the amount of information, courses, and self-development, hard to hook them in? Yeah, so this is another, let's call it objection. Hey Susie, how are you? That I get from people when they're thinking about their topics. So let's say, for example, let's talk about confidence or self-esteem, right? An everyday concept. Hey, Susie. I think I did say hi to you, Susie. I never want to miss a name. Let's say your choice of topic, that topic that really is your thing, right? It's that topic that you can talk about day in, day out. I wake you up in the middle of the night and the first thing you start talking about is self-confidence and how important it is, right? And it's your thing because you know that if you can help every person on this planet dial up their self-confidence, and therefore dial up their sense of self-worth, you know, that you're going to make a big difference in that person's life. And then you sit back, or maybe you do some Googling and you go, oh my goodness, there's like 10,000 programs on self-esteem. So obviously it's a saturated market. I'm not going to go there. Such a waste of my time. You get down in the dumps and you just don't do it. You give up. Hey Joe, how are you? Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? That is no reason not to pursue your topic, right? Let's think about musicians. Hey Jackie, how are you? If I was an up-and-coming musician and I listened to all these other musicians, Pink is so amazing, Taylor Swift is just awesome, you know, Gwen Stefani, I mean, look at, I wanted to say Queen because I love them, but, you know, they're not really out there at the moment. Look at all these musicians. Who am I to start singing? Doesn't matter how good my voice is. What if musicians did that? We would not have any new musicians, right? We would not have it. They're still doing songs. They still have beats. Music is music, right? And even if we break it down to specific genres, whether it's rap, adult contemporary, pop, classic, we would run out of music and we'll just be stuck with all the old music, lots of which is fabulously fantastic, right? Thank you for the love hearts, Martha. But it's like, it would get a tad boring because there would be nothing new. And there would be all these amazing potential musicians that is what doing now. I don't know what job they're going to do now when they could have been making amazing music. And it's the same. It's exactly the same situation. Just because there's 10,000 other programs out there doesn't mean that you can't have yours. I've got this little saying, this little mantra, okay? And you may or may not approve about this mantra, okay? But my little mantra is, it's not about being first. It's about being the best. And for me, that is a significant motivation that I get out of that. Now, if you don't want to engage in black and white thinking, because I could get judged on being the best, like nothing other than the best is good enough, you could add on, it's not about being first, it is about being my best, right? For me, I'm happy to go, it's about being the best because I find that extremely motivational and I don't judge myself if I'm not officially, if there was like a ranking system somewhere, the best according to the world or whomever it is, right? But that's how I think about it. That's what always motivated me. But I don't get down on myself if I'm not officially the best, if I'm not on Time's #1 person of the year or whatever list there is out there, right? But I want to be my best, but by always going, I want to be the best, keeps me consistently motivated, right? And the fact of the matter is, if there's already 10,000 courses out there, you know what that tells us? It tells us that there's a darn need, that people need it and that people want it, right? Versus going into a market where there's not much happening, because that could potentially be telling us that there's not a market for this course that you're wanting to run, right? So you really need to look at these things objectively, and you need to ask yourself, this thing that I would do, even if I do it for free, this thing that I believe in so badly, right? Like, which is a good way, so strongly, so wholeheartedly, you know, am I just going to let it go? Am I just going to go, no, give up. I'm going to give up before I even started. giving up before I even started too hard, putting this in the too hard basket, guess what's going to happen? Because you believe in it so badly, like in a positive way, you're going to come back to it. You're going to keep on cycling back to it because it's your soul desire to work in that area. It's your soul desire to do more in that area. It's your soul desire to make a difference in that area. And if you consistently put it into the too hard basket, you're going to have a lot of regrets. And I, for certain, do not believe in regrets, right? And that's why when you're going to do your first online program, you want to make it a hard thing, right? And again, there's no guarantees that it's going to be this amazing success. I mean, a lot of artists, coming back to that analogy, do not have success with their first go, right? You need to be willing to stick to it. Just want to read Denise's comment. Denise says, I had a GP tell me that I shouldn't be running programs on sexology because I'm not a member of the LGBTIQAP plus community. I had to explain that I don't need to have schizophrenia to help people manage their condition. Exactly. Then I explained my qualifications and compassionate alliance for my community to save some lives. There you go. Yep. Soul desires. Love this. Hey, Robin. Exactly, right? If we as helping professionals had to have gone through every mental health condition that we treat, we would not be able to do our jobs, right? We would not be able to do it. But we gather the knowledge by talking to our people. I can very clearly describe what it must feel like, to have clinical depression or schizophrenia, because I speak to people that have it. And then I normally tell myself, okay, good, I'll now add 100 times more to the emotions because I can only imagine, right? But because I approach it in that way, we can have a lot of empathy, a lot of compassion. And I think it can be very powerful when you have not had a condition, right? Or like a mental health issue or disorder, but you are still the voice for that person. Yes, there's a lot, to say for the fact that a lived experience can really make you a strong advocate and spokesperson. But I strongly believe that every community, whether it's people suffering from mental health, people that's gone through strokes, medical conditions, having an advocate that does not have life experience just adds so much more oomph to that movement and to that community, to say that you can still be for them, you can still support them. Of course, you should do that, right? Some people. Denise, I'm just glad you did not allow it to hold you back. Just checking. Yes, Robin, you did catch me live on a Saturday. I was just saying I've got a Zoom to get to at 10 o'clock, which is why I'm all nicely done up. It's a baby reveal. Very excited to meet a little baby for the first time, and we're having like a 10 a.m. tea party baby reveal. Myself and my 2018 inner circle was one of them, had a gorgeous little boy. All right, so that is really the message that I have for you in terms of coming up with a topic. Now, obviously, there's a couple of steps involved in running groups, but I just wanted to cover that one with you and really make sure that you are not holding yourself back, that you are not in that camp of going too many other people doing it already, so I'm not going to do it. When I started doing online programs for PPS, and even before online, when I started doing in-person programs for PPS, there wasn't a lot of that happening, right? At the time, I personally knew of nobody else that was running in-person events on the business side of having a private practice, and there was nobody that I was aware of. If they were doing it, their marketing wasn't very awesome because I didn't know of it. There was nobody doing online stuff. So I really went into a completely new market. And my point for sharing this with you is that you can enter any market at any place, right? Like I said, when you enter a market that seems saturated, well, it just tells you that there's a lot of need for it. So it's about you believing that it's not about being first, it's about being the best. And having the content, of course, is just one part of the process, right? But you can also go into a brand new market and be that person that stands out. I think it's like, I think it was hard, but also easy for me to do. It was hard because it's like I was sticking out like this sore finger and I got a lot of flack for it because I was doing something nobody else was doing. But because it was my sole desire to break through the isolation that private practice owners have on a day-to-day basis, because I've been there. I was still in it actually, right? I was still feeling so darn isolated. Yes, I had an amazing business coach at the time that I met with once a week that I could cry my eyes out to, but I just thought, you know, there's other people going through this. I'm going to pursue this. I don't care how much flack I get, right? But it's the same with other programs. And the other thing that I would say, if you, thanks for the love, Martha. So if you do join me on this online group programs course that I will be running, by the way, the early bird finishes tomorrow night. So if you do want to get in at the early bird rate, which is a full, is that, how much off is it? Oh, I will have to check. Let's have a look. How much? It's like $50 off if you enroll before tomorrow night. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have in that program some of my psychologists at my practice. So my principal psych is going to be in there as well as my provisional psych. So we are currently rolling out at my group private practice, the psych professionals, a program on coping with uncertainty. So Bahija, my provisional, is going to be running that. We're also going to be doing a program on, I should have written it down, but it's to do with communication skills. You see what basic topics that is, right? That we're doing it on. So you will be able to talk to them and see what we are doing. So I'm basically going to share with you everything that we're going to do. And then I'm going to be doing a DIY anxiety management program. Now, you might listen to that and think, oh, I want to do anxiety, Gerda. Please do. Please do. Remember, 10 of us can do the exact same thing because we're all different. We're going to come at it from a different place. We're going to bring a different energy, experience, background to it, right? Just think for yourself. Maybe you have done a number of courses or workshops on exactly the same topic. I know, I sure have. I know that for a fact, right? So we can all have the similar, even the same topics. It's still going to be different. So I'm doing a DIY anxiety management program, which is going to be like a self-study course. And then the others that we're going to be running at the practice is going to be more therapeutic and psycho-educational in nature. So you're basically going to also be part of that process of what we're going to be doing at my practice. So I'll put the link in the comments below if you want to hop in and join. Remember, if you are in the Next Level Mastermind group, which is my monthly membership group, guys, please be sure to use your discount code, which is in the group. It's the same code at all times. Use it because you guys, of course, do get 50% off for being in the Next Level Mastermind. If you've got any other questions, please check out the website. Alternatively, just ask it in here in the comments and I will answer it for you. But I'm gonna love and leave you because I need to make myself some tea. I need to get my muffins ready for the baby reveal at 10 a.m. I'm wishing you a lovely Saturday with your family. Thanks, guys. And as always, remember, all you need to do is say yes to your very own ultimate level 5 private practice, and you can do that now by doing an online course with me. So double yay, have fun. Thanks everybody, enjoy the reveal. I'm so looking forward to it, Denise, and just like basically catching up with everybody live on Zoom rather than in a Facebook group. Alrighty, speak to you soon. Bye for now.